How can the church help to discourage corruption in our nation? The number 2 thing I want to talk about is that they must stop accepting evil money as seed. They must stop accepting evil money as seed. The church must stop accepting evil money as seed. Stop that. Don't tell me, how will they know this money is evil? Sir, you know. Man, you know. Every one of us know. If I am a Yahoo boy, I am not difficult to find. You will know if I am one. Yahoo people don't hide. If you be G-boy, you want to display that you are a G-boy. So they don't hide. They are in our churches and we know them. Stop accepting evil money as seed in the church. And this is a warning from God that if we don't stop the evil we consume, all of us, stop accepting it. Every one of us know that it has become a norm. That yet, the biggest your seed, the biggest your tithe, the biggest the money that you give, you actually receive a ticket in the church. You are put in the front and suddenly the sermon becomes about you. Then we say, you see Brother James just came to this church and then I've been praying here, all of you have been hearing me, and look at it. The other day he bought the generator for the church and look at him now. I prayed for him and today he's coming with a Range Rover. Today he's coming with this. Today he's coming with that. And then we begin to point to those things and say, look at this, what this person has gotten. And we forget, how did he accumulate these things? How did he get the things that we are praising? We don't talk about them. But how do you begin to ascribe praise to success when you don't know the source of that success? No, he got this money through illegal way, and we are beginning to use him as example in the church. We use politicians as example in the church. No, a million times no. We have to stop. If we want this Nigeria to have sanity, we have to stop. We have to stop. We are the one increasing. Partly, hear me well. Partly, the church is contributing partly to the kidnapping that is going on in the nation, to the robbery that is going on in the nation. The church is partly. The Muslims are contributing, others are contributing, but I'm telling you that partly the church is contributing. How? By our messages, by the things that we preach. When we encourage evil, we praise people that are doing wrong. And then what do? You begin to see, when a pastor begins to preach that poverty is a curse, poverty is this. I will talk about that. I think I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me move on to number 3. Number 3, refuse to be silenced in the face of injustice. Refuse to be silenced in the face of injustice. And that is one of the marks today. That is one of the way to success, to breakthroughs in our church today. That if you don't want people to run away from you, please do not talk about certain things. So even if evil is going on, when the worst is going on, the church is silent about it. We don't want to talk about it because if you do, you might offend somebody and everybody wants the crowd. So what do? We become quiet. We don't say anything. But brothers and sisters, John the Baptist again gave that example. He was not quiet when Herod took his brother's wife. He was never quiet. So you see, I give another. Nathan was not quiet when David took Uriah's wife. He was never quiet. They didn't have to come to his church first. They did whatever they can to ensure that evil was condemned before the public. When evil is going on, when evil is rising, and the church doesn't condemn it from the pulpit, the church doesn't say anything about it, then what happened? People continue. So we are silenced when elections are rigged. We are silenced when churches are burnt down. We are silenced when all kinds of things go on. The judiciary passed out some laws that will not favor citizens. We are silent about them, and then we think that by being silent, we are being diplomatic. No, we are not being diplomatic. We are just trying to give that evil power to prevail. Because they said evil prevail when good men do nothing. Evil prevail. Darkness doesn't need money in order for it to spread. Darkness just needs light to be out of the way, to be quiet, to be silent, not to shine. And immediately when darkness does that, when light does that, darkness has the power to spread. I am telling you, we can no longer be silent. Paul was not silent when he came to Athens, and the entire place was filled with idolatry. In fact, the first place he visited was the Jewish synagogue, where the Jews were there, and then they were in the synagogue. And when they were in the synagogue, what happened? Paul went there and began to, the Bible said, dispute with them. If you check the meaning of that word dispute, it actually means to argue vehemently with them. What was Paul arguing about? How can you be in Athens and everywhere is littered with idolatry, and you call yourself a synagogue of the Jew in this nation? No, that cannot happen. The next day we found Paul entering into the street and beginning to talk against the worship of idol. Not talking down on the people, but making them to see reasons why idol can no longer continue in the society. And people believed him and they turned unto the Lord. That is the message I bring to you, that silence is no longer permitted in Nigeria for the church anymore. It's no longer a path that we should take. I'm taking number 4 because time is no longer on our side. What is number 4? The number 4 that I want to share with you is stop preaching prosperity and comfort as the goal of the faith. Stop preaching prosperity and comfort as the goal of the faith. This is the next thing I want to talk to you about. You see, our messages have become money, achieving this, your marriage, your this, your that, and this is what we preach. And we think when we preach these things, we are trying to push people to have money. No, that's not what we even go ahead to begin to say things like poverty is a cause. You see, never trust the holiness of a poor man. I know most of us hear these things online. We hear them. I'm not the only one hearing them. So long as you are somebody consuming Christian content, they will come to you. Never trust the holiness of a poor man. There is even one recently, a pastor saying, I will never follow a poor pastor. When we say this thing, we think we are pushing the people towards making running away from poverty to try to embrace. No, that's not what you are doing, sir. You know what you are doing? You are actually shaming the person who is poor to look for any means, whether it is godly or not, to become rich and get out of the place where he is ignored every time. And people are doing it. People have thrown away their holiness, they have thrown away their righteousness, they have thrown away everything they used to hold on to. Because nobody respects you again. And not because the society doesn't respect, because the church keep talking down on those who have holiness, who have righteousness, who are clinging to justice without money. And since they keep talking down on them, they keep moving away from that very place. We have to stop before we turn this nation into Sodom and Gomorrah. We have to stop. We have to come back. We have to return. And that is the message I bring to you.